It's been about a year since my last shoe collection video, and ever since that last video, things have most definitely changed. I've sold a lot of shoes, downsized my collection. I've obviously purchased new shoes. So in today's video, we most definitely have a lot of updates to get through. What is up, you guys? Stevie here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys an updated sneaker/shoe collection. In today's video, not only am I going to be sharing with you guys my existing collection, but I also want to just kind of throw in and mention some shoes that I have my eye on, some things that I've been wanting. Just like all of my other fashion videos, this video right here most definitely will be a little chatty. So do what you have to do, grab a snack, relax, sit back. And before we dive into it, definitely be sure to subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and just like show me some love in the comments down below. And without further ado, let's dive into my updated sneaker/shoe collection. The first shoe that I want to mention is hands down my favorite shoe of all time, and I think if you guys are regulars here, you know which one it is. I am talking about these Balenciaga Track V2s. As I mentioned, the regulars, the real ones who really know and watch almost every single video, you know I love these sneakers to death. The Balenciaga Track V2s are the perfect example of a dad/chunky sneaker sort of style. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I personally like it, so that's just kind of what it is. I love the cutouts that the shoe actually has on the body of the actual piece. As you can see, kind of like the mixed materials used to create this shoe. I personally really love silver tones, silver jewelry. As you can see, I'm wearing silver rings right now, and I just kind of gravitate more towards gray and neutrals and blacks and whites and all that stuff. So having just a simple yet elevated and chunky sneaker such as the Balenciaga Track V2s just kind of matches my style and my aesthetic perfectly. Throughout the video, I have a really nice wide assortment and a wide range of different types of price points for these shoes, so make sure you stay tuned. Hands down my favorite sneaker, and I think if you guys are looking to buy your first ever designer sneaker or shoe, I would highly recommend this one. And I also have the V1s, which is right here. As you guys can see from the B-roll clips and obviously me holding up this dirty ass shoe, you can definitely tell that this shoe right here has definitely been used and been loved, with good reason though, for sure. I am definitely a firm believer in the fact that if you spend your money on things, you definitely got to get the use out of it. And to a certain extent, in my humble opinion, I feel like certain sneakers look better kind of more beat up. Granted, this one is definitely, I really took it there with these ones. Like I said, I run these to the ground because they are just a really great sneaker overall. So the other one was the V2s, and the V1s are a little bit different because obviously they're the originals, but they're a little bit more different than the V2s because this shoe right here, it specifically is super chunky. Definitely the epitome of the dad designer sneaker. I definitely think that this sneaker kind of did it and kind of set the tone for all of the other sneakers that are out there. Until this day, I still really love this shoe. Obviously, it's super beat up, as you guys can see. The truth of the matter is that not everyone has money to blow on designer shoes such as the Balenciagas, and that's totally fine. I 100% respect that, and I understand as well. So I wanted to come through with some affordable options that I personally own and use and love myself. So the shoe that I want to talk about that is a great dupe and a great alternative for the Balenciaga Tracks are these Axel Arigato Marathon Runners. I personally love the Axel Arigato Marathon Runners because not only do you kind of get the similar aesthetic of the Balenciaga Tracks, again, has the nice white base with the silver tones kind of throughout, has that similar, again, chunky dad-like aesthetic. I love this shoe a lot because you kind of get the same vibe as the Balenciaga designer sneaker without the Balenciaga designer price tag. These Axel Arigato Marathon Runners are by no means affordable in comparison to what the Balenciaga Tracks are. They're the more affordable alternative, if that makes sense. These retail for just under $300, and like I said, these shoes right here go hard. The Axel Arigato Marathon Runners are probably more comfortable. Well, not even probably, they are more comfortable than the Balenciaga Tracks. So again, if you guys are looking for a sneaker that kind of offers that aesthetic of the dad chunky, sneaker trend, whatever you want to call it, but you don't necessarily want to spend a lot of money, I would highly recommend checking out these Axel Arigato Marathon Runners. As I mentioned in my intro, I kind of wanted to just quickly mention some shoes that I have personally been wanting lately throughout this video. So kind of sticking with Axel Arigato. So this shoe right here that I just mentioned, this is a really great dupe for the Balenciaga Track V1s. As you can see, I'm kind of holding it up side by side. But if you guys are looking for a really great, affordable alternative for the Balenciaga Track V2s, I would highly suggest checking out the Axo Arigato Marathon R Trail sneakers. So the R Trails are very similar to the Balenciaga Track V2s in the sense that it's kind of geared towards a more like lightweight situation. Definitely a sneaker that you would wear during like the spring and summer. It kind of has like that more lightweight aesthetic again, but all the while still providing that look of a dad slash chunky sneaker. It's the same price as the original Axo Arigato Marathon, but again, the R Trails are the newer design, and personally I think they're a little bit nicer, so that's why I wanted to mention them in this video, because I do plan on getting them. And yeah, just big shout out to Axo Arigato for again coming through with affordable alternatives to like things that are trending right now. I feel like they're same but different. Like it's not a complete ripoff, and they kind of like, you know, kept their own and maintained their own aesthetic, all the while still coming through with like really nice affordable alternatives. Now diving into something that's a little bit more colorful, as well as all of my Nike sneakers. The first sneaker that I wanted to mention to you guys is honestly a sneaker that I didn't get a lot of wear out of last year when I purchased it. However, I still really love these shoes and wanted to show them obviously in this video because it's a sneaker collection video, obviously, but it is these Air Jordan 1 Court Purples right here. As you guys can see from just like me holding it up in the B-roll clips, you would know this is very bold for me and my channel, because I bought it with the intention of really experimenting with color, and I feel like I only wore it maybe like 3 or 4 times and it just kind of collected dust. But this year again, I'm trying to promise myself to, you know, again step outside of my comfort zone and give it another shot. The one thing that I find really tricky with the Air Jordan 1s is I find it really hard to style with certain pants, especially I find it really hard to style with pants that I personally like on my body type. So if you guys be so generous and so kind as to leaving some comments down below, let me know what kind of pants would pair well with these Air Jordan 1s that you think would look good on me, because I don't know, I really want to wear these, but the thing is like it's just so hard with, again, with the styling of the pants and that whole combo. But as you guys can see, the sneaker goes hard. I love the purple colorway. It reminds me of like ube, like kind of that whole aesthetic. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm Filipino, so that's kind of like what ube is, you know, the vibes. The next sneaker that I wanted to share with you guys from my Nike collection are the, let me open them up real quick. These right here are the Nike Vapor Waffles in collaboration with Sacai. I worked with Farfetch recently on a video during like the holidays, and with the credit that they gave me, I picked out this shoe. If we're just being completely transparent, I had the same issue with these shoes as the same issue I had with the Air Jordan 1s. I love the shoe and the overall aesthetic. It's such a banger, and it obviously like it's a very unique, interesting shoe that's not everyone's cup of tea. But as I mentioned earlier, we're on my channel, so this is like what it is. And again, it's a very visually super nice shoe. Just don't know what kind of pants pairs well with. I tried it with sweatpants, it didn't work. Ankle was looking like kind of small because the actual sneaker is super big. And then I tried it with like some crop pants and that just wasn't working. So again, I'm sure you guys who watch me, you guys have good style too. So let me know in the comments down below how you think I should style this. I love what Sacai did with this silhouette of the Nike sneaker, and they kind of like deconstructed it and made it their own. And I just love like the overall makeup and design of the actual shoe. Really looking forward to, again, just like the Air Jordan 1s, potentially throwing this into my spring summer rotation. So you guys have to come through and let me know some suggestions as to how to style this thing, because I really want to wear it. The last Nike sneaker that I want to mention is for the OGs. You guys already know what it is. We're on that Nike P6000 gang, and it is these shoes right here. Again, these are the Nike P6000s. If you know, you know. I've been having these shoes for years now, and ever since I showcased these on my channel, a lot of you guys seem to have picked them up yourselves. I still get tagged to this day when one of you guys purchase. You guys will like shout me out on IG stories, so much love for that. I just personally really love the Nike P6000 silhouette because I don't know, it's like an everyday shoe, but it's a little bit more elevated in my opinion. I love the fact that this shoe is still so versatile, yet it comes through with like the subtle pops of color. The Nike swoosh in like that really nice like crimson red with like the gold, but then the actual base of the shoe is still like white, black, and silver. To this day, you guys seem to really like it as well. Every time I post about it, or every time I'm wearing an outfit on my Instagram story, you guys like tend to DM me and reply to my story like Nike P6000 gang. So yeah, shout out to you if you have this sneaker, because it it is a gem. I feel like it's something that, like I said, if you know, you know, and if you don't, then you better research it. So let's kind of take a break from sneakers and let's dive into my boots and my more dressier shoes that I own. But before we do that, I want to give a big shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. So let's kind of take a quick break. I'm gonna talk about Skillshare for a bit and then we'll run it back here afterwards so we can kind of continue the shoe collection video. Skillshare is an amazing online learning community with thousands and thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and curious people. Whether you're looking to explore new skills, develop existing interest, or just get lost in your own creativity, Skillshare is 100% the place to check out. A course that I've been really enjoying lately is the portrait photography, shoot and edit Instagram worthy shots taught by photographer and YouTuber Jessica Kubasi. In her online Skillshare course, she talks about tips and tricks on how to put together really nice, beautiful, well curated photos for Instagram. And I actually used all of her tips and tricks that she mentioned in her online course to help me frame and put together my B-roll clips for today's video. And that right there is the prime example of why I love Skillshare so much. You get to have access to so many things that help you further your knowledge and your creativity in other areas of your life, all the while being a part of a community connecting you with the support of fellow creatives and just entering a community of encouragement, communication, and most importantly, inspiration. I would highly encourage you guys to check out Skillshare. The first 1,000 people to use my link in the description box down below will get a free trial to Skillshare's premium membership, and after that it's only around $10 a month. As always, it'll be the first link in my description box down below, and much love once again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video and supporting my channel. All right, so diving into my more dressier options is pretty funny because this shoe right here actually came in the mail today, right before I was about to start filming this video, so shout out to that. These right here are the Sporty and Rich in collaboration with Clark's Original Wallabies. This shoe right here, as you can tell, is very different from me and I 100% love these shoes. I actually tried them on like before I started filming this video and they go so hard. So I decided to pick this up because I really wanted a different type of shoe. I didn't want a boot because I'm always rocking that, and then I didn't want a sneaker for the spring or summer because I'm always wearing that. And you know, with the spirit of it being the new year and stuff, I'm always trying to switch it up for you guys without straying away too far from my aesthetic. So this shoe right here was definitely a really nice middle ground. As I mentioned before, I'm more of like a silver tone guy, but I can appreciate a really nice shoe that offers like the subtle gold tones such as this one. And I feel like this could be a really great shoe to dress up or dress down. So definitely make sure you follow me over on Instagram because I will most definitely be getting a lot of fits out of this right here. And just putting it out there, if you see anybody else copying these shoes, just know Stevie had it first. All right, so now diving into some boots that I absolutely love and swear by. These boots right here are from H&M. Give me all the Bottega vibes without the Bottega price tag, and that is why I love these boots so much. So these boots right here are actually from the women's section. I was shopping at H&M obviously with my girlfriend, and we took a quick trip to Portland, and I saw these just like on the rack or like on the shelf, and I was like, oh, those go hard. I tried them on, fit me like a gem, so I copped them. It was a really great affordable alternative to the Bottega lug boots that I still want till this day. But the thing that I like to do when it comes to like trends or just like anything that I feel like I don't necessarily know if I want to spend a lot of money on, I'll try and find a really good dupe to that said piece before I go ahead and pull the trigger on that item. Because I don't know how you guys' bank account is set up, but I'm just not the type of person to spend thousands of dollars on some boots and then it's not gonna look good, and then I'm gonna already have worn them and then I gotta try and sell them or return them. It's just a lot. Versus if you go ahead and find a dupe like this, these boots were only like 30 or 40 bucks or something. Definitely got a lot of use out of them, and now having worn these and styled these, I know for a fact I will most definitely be getting the Bottega Veneta lug boots, the real ones, and I probably will still hold on to these. But I think in regards to more of like an investment boot that I want to hold on to for a really long time, those will be the said Bottega boots. Speaking of some investment boots, these Prada combat boots right here are another one of my all-time favorites. I could definitely see myself holding on to these for a really long time. So just like the Nike Sakai's that I mentioned earlier, I worked with Farfetch a lot last year and I'm going to be working with them a lot this year. Shout out to the man himself upstairs for that. But anyways, going back into the boot, even if I didn't get a chance to work with Farfetch, I still would have bought these boots by myself. For whatever reason, if these boots end up like getting super damaged or they just end up getting super beaten up along the road, and if Prada still does make this boot, I will continuously buy this boot over and over and over again, because that is how much I swear and love these boots. I personally really love the Prada nylon. I feel like no one does nylon better than them, and the shoe itself is kind of matched and mixed up with the leather. Obviously have the nice little Prada triangle right here. It really was the first boot that I introduced into my wardrobe that had me not only feeling some type of way, but it just had me really wanting to experiment with styling boots and stuff. So that is why this boot right here is just like a holy grail of mine. If you are looking for a really good combat boot, something outside of like the traditional Dr. Martens, I don't know, just something like you get again at like H&M or something, nothing wrong with those. But again, if you want something that's a little bit more high quality, something that's an investment, something that you feel like you can hold on to for a really long time, I would highly recommend these Prada combat boots right here. These right here are the Doc Marten 1460s. I personally don't get a lot of wear out of these boots right here, but I wanted to mention them because when I first introduced them to my channel, a lot of you guys seem to really like it. And don't get me wrong, it's still a very beautiful, well-made, affordable, accessible boot that I know for a fact lasts for a really long time. Sometimes Doc Martens, like the boots themselves, kind of read a little bit more dark, grunge, and if that's your style and if that's your aesthetic, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's just not my personal style. What I will say is if you guys want a really nice pair of combat boots and you don't want to pay for like the Prada ones that I just mentioned, and you like these Doc Martens, I would highly suggest getting the mono version of these boots right here. So this 1460 Doc Martens come in all black, which is what they call the mono, and a boot that I actually really like from them, surprisingly, is the all white version. The all black 1460 and the all white 1460 go crazy. Those are bangers, and I probably will pick those up too at some point. And then the last dressier, non-sneaker related shoe that I wanted to mention are these Zara loafers. Late last year, I obtained my real estate license, so I am now an official licensed real estate broker through Keller Williams Greater Seattle. You can be a broker and wear really nice like sneakers, but you got to come through with the correct drip when it's that time. But I didn't want to spend a lot of money on like loafers and stuff, so I hopped on the Zara website and I found these, and these were really nice for the price point that they were offering. I even got them on sale as well. The reason why I like these a lot is because although they are just like a standard loafer in regards to the looks and the aesthetic, what makes them a little bit different is, as you can see on the bottom, it has a little bit more of a chunkier sole, which is nice. Kind of feel like it's a little bit more of a modern take on a traditional loafer, which again is my style, my aesthetic, definitely is something that's up my alley. So if you are looking for dressier shoes but you don't want to spend a lot of money, I would highly recommend checking out Zara. All right, so the last round of sneakers that I wanted to talk about is from the brand New Balance. If you kind of want to get yourself a pair of New Balances, but you don't want to get the same 990s V whatever as everyone else, even though that's a shoe that I'm going to talk about next, but that's besides the point. Anyways, if you kind of want to get into New Balance and cop yourself a sneaker that's very affordable and accessible and comes in a ton of colors, that's a little bit not as common as the 990s, I would highly recommend the 327s. They're super comfortable. They're really great like on feet. I actually wore them a lot throughout fall/winter. Again, for all of the outfits that I wanted to just kind of bring a little bit more of like that athletic, more sporty touch, I threw on these and my outfit kind of transformed from something that could have been a little bit more dressy to something that was more toned down and again, sporty, casual, effortless, all that good stuff. Even though I was just basically hating on these just then, I still really do like these shoes. I feel like this is kind of like the go-to. This is the shoe that from New Balance that everyone has, and within good reason though. This shoe definitely pairs well with pretty much any type of outfit. I feel like the gray color, especially for the 990 V5s, it's something a little bit different from the traditional black shoe or white shoe, but all the while still being neutral enough to kind of pair with other things. The 990s definitely feel really nice on feet. I had the 990 V3s and I didn't like them as much as these V5s. So I think if you're looking to get any style number out of the 990 range, I would definitely go for the V5s. Again, this all gray colorway is really nice. 990 V5s, classic, timeless, goes hard, and can be paired with pretty much anything. So before you go, I want to mention two more sneakers that I forgot to mention like previously, and if you made it this far, obviously you're still sticking around to hear what I have to say, which I appreciate. So the last two sneakers that I wanted to mention that is on my wish list right now that I probably will get in the near future, well, I'll get one in the near future. So the first near future sneaker purchase that I want to get is the New Balance 327s in a very specific colorway, and I'll throw up those photos right here. I personally love the New Balance 327s a lot because I love the fact that it's like super narrow, but it's still wide, if that makes sense. You guys will kind of see from the photos and stuff. Just like the other New Balance sneakers that I mentioned, the 327s are kind of a shoe that everyone seems to have these days, but I personally like them in the more weirder colors, not necessarily in the colors that like everyone else has. The other colors that everyone else has still go super hard, don't get me wrong, but I feel like something that I'm really trying to do for this spring/summer is purchase pieces that are just a little bit more bold for me, kind of something similar to the Nike Air Jordan Court Purples that I had, kind of something like that, you know, something that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but something that I still feel like I can fit within my outfit style and fashion like aesthetic. And then something that I feel like I have been wanting ever since it came out, but it's definitely like a hefty price tag for sure, are the Jordan 4s in collaboration with Off-White in that really nice all cream colorway. Oh my God. In this moment that I'm filming this video right now, there is not a shoe that I want more, a sneaker I should say. There's not a sneaker I want more than the Jordan 4s in collaboration with Off-White in that super buttery cream color. Oh my God, it's so nice. Like the resale value on those are super crazy though. So I don't know if I'm gonna get them anytime soon. I probably might sell a couple of these to get them later on. But I do think that that is a sneaker that's going to age very well. And it's most definitely a sneaker that I feel like I can see myself sporting multiple different ways with multiple different outfits. All right, you guys, and that is it for my updated 2021 shoe collection video. So hopefully you like it. If you do, definitely be sure to subscribe. Drop me some love in the comments down below. Smash that thumbs up button, and if you aren't already, definitely be sure to follow me over on Instagram. It's just my name at Stevie SALLE, so you can kind of see all of these sneakers like in action with my outfits, and you can, you know, potentially see if I pick up any of those sneakers that I said I like wanted. But yeah, I'm super gassed that I finally filmed this video, so now I have to film the B-roll before the sun goes down, and then I will get this up for you guys ASAP. So yeah, I think that's it. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.